All right, we'll continue on with Ole Miss defensive tackle Josiah Coatney. If you got any questions, just raise your hand and we'll get a microphone to you. We'll start right over here to the back right.
Hello. What are your expectations and goals within yourself as an individual and with your team going into the new season?
Just work as hard as possible. The team as a whole is definitely taking the next step this season and trying to do everything they can possible, just working hard, learning the plays, learning the scheme, going in depth deeper. They definitely want us to take a different role this year and more focus on leadership and things like that. So we definitely trying to take that approach this year. Definitely as myself, the physical things probably aren't the biggest thing for me. It's definitely the leadership. The leadership is definitely something I really want to work on this year and definitely want to develop. And that's something Coach Luke definitely talked to me about when I had my meeting with him, just players. He told me about leadership, how important it was, how it is something that, you can take in those tough games and those tight games, and you can definitely stretch them deeper and you can win those tight games, change the record, change the season, change the team. And something people really overlook nowadays, and they just think all the plays and all these other things and all the other intangibles are going to get you the win. But leadership is the number one thing we're working on this season. It's something definitely I want to work on as myself.
We'll go back here to the camera position on the right side.
Hey, Josiah, Andy Lee, WTVA in Tupelo. Speaking of leadership, I know you're on the other side of the ball, but you're around all the guys. What have you seen from Jordan as he's emerged from a backup to the starting quarterback, the leader of your team?
Well, he's somebody he wasn't soft-spoken, but I'd say he was somebody who really kept himself and really just stayed humbled and stayed down till his time came. I feel like him and Coach Luke are in really the same situation. And some would say, they didn't expect this to happen immediately, but they were prepared for the moment when it did happen. And when it did happen, they seized it and took the most out of the opportunity. And I feel like Jordan did the same thing. He came in, Shea got injured at LSU. He came in halftime. He already did a little good job, and then at the end of the game, he was, putting himself together as, his type of the quarterback he wanted to be. And definitely throughout the season, you see in Kentucky game, at the last moments, we already knew the type of guy Jordan was, but it just showed on the field now. When the crunch time came and when everybody trusted him that he could make the right decision, he could make the right reads, and he definitely could, lead us to victory. And that's somebody we definitely needed as a quarterback, and that's something that we definitely got. And I'm just proud of him for doing that and proud of him being himself throughout the whole process. Of course, SEC quarterback is going to change you a little bit. It's the proudest you're starting SEC quarterback, and especially SEC West at a great university, but he definitely did a great job, and I'm definitely proud of him.
Go to the second row, left side.
Do you have a story or anything from practice, maybe something that we don't get to see that kind of illustrates what makes A.J. Brown so special?
Just the work he puts in, the whole receiving corps as a whole, NWO, they do a great job of doing more even when, it's not expected of them. Even when they do more, they take it to the next level, and they're late at night, holidays, weekends, off days, doing the most. Like, I can say that group probably works the most, work the hardest out of everybody on our team, and that's something I aspire of my group to step it up and match that level of intensity. They just set a standard for the team where we all want to be. But he does a great job, leading his guys. Him, DK Metcalf, DeMarcus Lawrence, they do a great job taking the young guys and trying to make it a generational thing and not just a couple seasons and then we have average receivers. They want to make it more of a brand. Ole Miss is known for great receivers going to the NFL, making great plays, playing on the highest stage in college, winning awards, doing things like that. So he just wants to make the receiver brand, a nation brand, and that's something that they're all doing well, those leaders over there, and especially him.
Go to the third row over here on the right side.
Hey, Josiah. So as you know, there are 6 new coaches in the SEC, and people have mixed feelings about that. Some people say it's an advantage. Some people say it's a potential roadblock. What are your opinions about your new head coach?
Coach Luke is definitely somebody who bleeds Ole Miss vein to vein, so he's somebody I feel like definitely deserves the job, but deserving it in this league is not enough. You really have to earn it, and I feel like everybody knew who came into the league as coaches. They have credentials. They've earned it. Mississippi State's new head coach, he was a great offensive coordinator at Penn State. Jimbo Fisher, he's been great at Florida State. He's been to the national championship, won a national championship. So these guys new guys coming into the league, they always have expectations they want to come and get wins in the SEC. That's the ultimate goal in college football. So if you can do that at the highest level, that is your ultimate goal to get to. And Coach Luke is at that ultimate goal. He definitely wants, to prove that he belongs here. And we know he belongs here, but he definitely proven to everybody in the nation that he definitely belongs here.
We'll go to the camera position in the back right.
Josiah, how does it feel to finally have some normalcy and stability going into a season as opposed to years past with all the clouds hanging over?
Well, for some reason, I'm used to like unstable conditions just throughout my whole life. So I know things can change at an instant. It's professional, as amateuristic as the sport is. It's very professional. So somebody could be in the door one day and out the door the next. So you have to be prepared to like commit to the program and just use the resources that you have here to become the best player that you can become. And that's something I did. And when I came to Ole Miss, I probably didn't know it was going to turn out like this, or Coach Luke was going to be the head coach. But I committed to the program, not the coaches. I feel like the program was the best program for me. It was a great program. It was somewhere I could flourish as a player, as a student athlete, as just a man, period. So I feel like, it turned out the way I wanted it to, and I'm really happy with the choice I made down the line. I may not have seen it, then, but definitely now, Coach Luke is definitely the guy for the job. Coach McGriff's definitely the defensive coordinator for the job. Coach Long is definitely the offensive coordinator. I feel like this year is what I was waiting for. Definitely, we've had great players, we've had great coaches, but now this year I feel like everything's going to go in a circle.
Again, if you'll raise your hand, we'll get a microphone to you for any other questions. Nothing else? All right. Thanks, Josiah.